Today we're going to be going over section 1-2 in your geometry book. That starts on page 14. But we're going to specifically start here with how to calculate distance between points. So the first thing you need to do is look at the actual line and pay attention to which segment of the line it's asking you for. So this entire line we would call PQ. This part of the line from P to M we call line PM. And from M to Q we call line MQ. Okay? So make sure that you know which parts you're looking for. So the whole line can be found by adding the distance of PM and MQ. So if you look at this example here, what they're showing you is, well, E to F is 2 3/4 inches. F to G is 2 3/4 inches. So if you wanted to find E to G, you would just add those up. So in this example, J to K is 8.4, K to L is 3.9. So if you wanted to find J to L, you would simply add those together. Now, if they ask you to find a part of a line and not the whole, then you're just going to subtract. So here they've given you the whole line is 3.2, and they've told you that one part of it is 5.8. If you need to find the other part, then you subtract. So the whole line minus the part you know equals the part you don't know. So in this example down here, 13 3/4 minus 6 5/8 will tell you what the distance of Q to R is. You may also see this as an algebra problem. You're going to set it up the exact same way. In this case, 5a minus 4 minus 3a equals 14. And they're asking you to find a value for a. So what you have now is an algebra problem. Five a minus 4 minus 3a equals 14. And you're simply solving for a. You already know how to do that, right? We combine our like terms. We get 2a minus 4 equals 14. We add 4 on both sides. We get 2a equals 18. A equals 9. So it's the same process as what we did up here. They're just not giving you all the numbers. They're making you solve for some. The other thing you need to notice about this are these lines right here. Those lines tell you that this is congruent, which means they're the same. So CD is the same length as AB. So if they hadn't told you that AB was 1.7 centimeters, you would know, because we know they're congruent. So if you look ahead to some of the practice problems, for example, number 18, you know the whole line, but you also know that each part is equal. So in that case, we have 8.8, and we want to know right? That's our problem. But we know that these two are equal. So we can take 8.8 divide that by 2. And then you've got your answer. Okay, so pay attention anytime you see that mark. That means they're congruent, so you know they're equal. So in 19, FG is the same as GH, is the same as HJ, is the same as JK. So in this case, you would take 16.8 and divide it by the number of sections. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 16.8 divided by 4 will give you the length of each of those sections. So let's look at some of the practice problems. Question 14 would just be simple addition. Same with 15. 16 and 17 are the first that you see some subtraction. They give you the whole and one part, so you would subtract to find the other part. And then 18 and 19 we just talked about are your congruent examples. These here are going to give you some information. Whenever you see a problem like this, the first thing you want to do is draw the line. So it says, find the variable of yz if y is somewhere between x and z. So the first thing I'm going to do here is draw a line. Okay? Then it tells me in this problem xy is 11, so I'm going to label that. And y to z is 4c. And x to z is 83. So what do we know? We know the whole, 83, is equal to the parts added together. Now you've got an algebra problem, and you're solving for c. Okay, so for each one of those, just make sure that you draw the line, fill in your known information. The line doesn't change for any of these. It's just the information that changes. These down here, it's asking you if they're congruent. So K to J, that's 4 inches. H to L, 4 inches. Are they congruent? They're the same, so yes, they are. Keep in mind these lines mean they're equal. Even if they don't give you the number, you know they're congruent. It tells you so. Okay? So that's how you will attack these various problems that you'll see in section 1.2 on segment addition and linear measure.